AITA stories. If you like these stories, please like and subscribe. Story 1. AITA for skipping my brother's wedding because his fiancée excluded my wife from the guest list. My brother James is getting married next month, and what should have been a joyous family event has turned into a nightmare. The issue? His fiancée, Emily, didn't invite my wife, Lisa, to the wedding. Emily and Lisa have never been close, but I wouldn't call them enemies either. However, Emily has always seemed a bit cold toward Lisa. The tipping point was last year during a family vacation. Lisa, who's naturally outgoing and bubbly, struck up conversations with everyone, including strangers at the resort. Emily, who's quieter and more reserved, seemed annoyed by this. After the trip, she told James that Lisa was attention-seeking and accused her of making the vacation all about herself. I didn't think much of it at the time, chalking it up to personality differences. Fast forward to now, and Emily has made it clear she doesn't want Lisa at her wedding. When I confronted James about it, he admitted it was Emily's decision and said he didn't want to push back because it's her day. He added that I should respect Emily's wishes and come to the wedding alone, for the sake of family harmony. I was stunned. Lisa and I have been married for 5 years. She's part of this family. Excluding her feels like a slap in the face, not just to her, but to me as well. When I told James the first wouldn't attend without Lisa, he accused me of being dramatic and trying to punish him for something out of his control. He said I was letting Lisa's hurt feelings ruin his wedding day. Our parents are divided. My dad says I'm right to stand by my wife and that James and Emily are being unreasonable. My mom, on the other hand, thinks I should just keep the peace and attend the wedding because it's not worth destroying your relationship with your brother over one day. Lisa has been deeply hurt by the whole ordeal. She feels disrespected and excluded and told me she would never have done something like this if the roles were reversed. She's trying to be supportive of whatever decision I make, but I can tell she'd be devastated if I went to the wedding without her. It's put a strain on our marriage because she feels like I'm not standing up for her enough. At the same time, James is my only sibling, and I've always thought we were close. I know skipping his wedding will hurt him, and it could permanently damage our relationship. Part of me wonders if I should just swallow my pride and go for his sake. But another part of me feels like this isn't just about one day, it's about standing up for what's right. I don't want to ruin my brother's wedding, but I also don't want to betray my wife or compromise my values. So, AITA for refusing to go to my brother's wedding without Lisa? Story 2. AITA for divorcing my cheating wife? Hi, fellow Redditors. I hope you're doing well. I'm in a very difficult situation and need your advice. I, 28M, married my wife, 27F, about 2 years ago. We first met at university, as she was my classmate. We dated for about a year before deciding to get married. Life was great, and we didn't have any major problems in our marriage. You could say we were a happy couple. About 10 months ago, we found out that my wife was pregnant. I was over the moon because we had been trying for a baby. However, my wife's reaction was very different from mine. During the early stages of her pregnancy, her mood began to shift. She became irritable and furious much of the time. I ignored her behavior and tried to support her as much as possible because I'd heard from friends that mood swings during pregnancy are common. Then, out of nowhere, she started talking about wanting an abortion. I was confused and asked her why, but she wouldn't give me a reason. I told her I wanted to become a father and hoped she would come around. Looking back, I regret not pressing her further. About a month and a half ago, I came home from work and found my wife crying in the dining room. When I asked her what was wrong, she confessed that she had slept with another man and that the child she was carrying wasn't mine. She admitted that the man was the brother of one of her friends, someone she had known for a long time. I was heartbroken and didn't know what to do. In that moment, I told her to go and rest, and we'd talk about it in the morning. She started crying even more, repeatedly asking for forgiveness. I told her not to stress herself and went to sit in the dining room for the entire night, unable to process what had just happened. The next morning, I told her to pack her things and go to her parents' house until I decided what to do. She cried and begged me not to send her away, even hugging me and pleading for forgiveness. I remained firm and called her brother to come and pick her up. He arrived within minutes, took his sister, and left without asking many questions. Afterward, I contacted a divorce lawyer to prepare the papers. We had a prenup stating that if either of us committed adultery, the other would receive all our shared assets. 2 days later, her family began calling me incessantly. When I didn't answer, they showed up at my house with my wife, demanding to know why I was acting this way. I told them to ask her. In front of them, she confessed to the affair. To make matters worse, her mother and sister admitted they knew about her infidelity but decided to hide it from me. After hearing this, I asked them all to leave and informed them they would be receiving the divorce papers. I also told them I wanted a paternity test as soon as the baby was born. My wife begged me to reconsider, saying she had made a mistake and wanted to fix it. I didn't let her finish and told them that if they didn't leave, I would call the police. Her father later offered to buy me a house and a car if I forgave his daughter, but I refused. Since then, her entire family has been harassing me, but I've ignored them. About 10 days ago, my wife gave birth to a baby boy. I insisted on a paternity test, despite her family's attempts to stop it. Yesterday, I received the results, which confirmed that I am not the father. After learning this, I immediately sent the divorce papers to my wife. Now, her family is saying she made a mistake and that I need to be the bigger person and take her back. Her mother even called me today, pleading for me to forgive her daughter and not go through with the divorce. I asked her about the baby's father, and she admitted that he ghosted my wife after hearing about the pregnancy. She claimed they have no idea where he is now. I told her this is not my mess to clean up and asked her not to contact me again. Since then, my wife has started sending me threatening messages, saying she will harm herself and the baby if I don't take her back. I haven't replied to any of her messages. So, my brothers and sisters, I'm here to ask AITA for divorcing my cheating wife? Story 3. AITA for telling my brother he can't take my kid to his new GF house. We have a 4-year-old son. Let's call him Liam. My brother is single with no kids. He volunteered to watch Liam twice a week. We offered to pay multiple times, but he refused. Everything seemed to be going great, at least that's what I thought. Yesterday, I saw some pictures on Facebook where someone tagged my brother. It looked like they were at a stranger's house with other kids, and he was cooking for them. I asked him why my kid was in a stranger's house, and he just laughed and said, "Oh, that's not a stranger. It's my girlfriend's place. She has 4 kids, so I thought I'd take Liam for a playdate again." Again? I asked, "Wait, you've done this before?" He goes, "Yeah. Funny story, that's actually how we met. She brought her kids to the park, I had Liam with me, and we hit it off." What's the problem? It's not like I left him unsupervised. I said, "So you used my kid to pick up a single mom, and now you've been taking him to her house without even telling me? Playing house? Cooking for the crew," as she captioned the pics. "I'm so mad at you. You didn't even ask me." And he fires back with, "You trusted me enough to leave your kid in my care, and now suddenly I'm irresponsible? Fuck off." He hung up. Did I overreact? Do I owe him an apology? AITA here? If you like these stories, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.